Chris Lovell here with another edition of Pirate Talk. Pleased to be joined by my man, Chris Baker. He is coaching baseball for the Pirates these days. Producer and on-site engineer, Mr. Colton Coons, taking care of us as always. He's got shenanigans going on behind the camera, but we tolerate it, and we try to put on a quality show here. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm pleased to be joined by Coach Baker. I've known you for a couple of 3 years now, I guess, and now you're in the big boy chair now, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really, is this what you've always wanted to do?
It is, and it's an honor to be in this chair, and very blessed.
Yeah, and we all know what everybody thinks about Brad and what the job he did, and I know you were as part of that, as big a part of that as anybody. Is it one of those things where as you try to put your stamp on it, like take me through the dynamic of like trying to make it your program without it's not broken, so we don't need to change too much, but kind of take me through those dynamics.
Right, and then I've been getting that question a lot, and it's hard to maybe quantify that where, for some people, some things might seem a lot different, and then some people maybe not. They might not notice at all.
Okay.
But, I'm a product of Coach Winchie, and so we definitely did a lot of things the same, and so...
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, and you may not even know the answer to that question. It may be something that as you go through it, you look back and go, well, maybe let's try this or, whatever it may be. But, okay, so 4 rounds deep last year, district champs. This is kind of, baseball, there's a high standard here because it's just a lot of good players, a lot of good coaching, including yourself. You've been, so you played at McMurray, yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from San Angelo Central.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What positions at McMurray did you play in college?
I came in as a catcher. And I ended up caught some, played some first base, a little bit of outfield.
Okay, utility.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of utility. And you played all 4 years there, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, and what people may not know about you, I was told to mention this, that spelling bee champ at San Angelo Central. That's just one of those little tidbits that you may not know about Coach Chris Baker, spelling bee champ at San Angelo Central.
You'll never get me to spell anything. I'll deflect. You can't get me.
Yeah. Just jokes. What did you? What are the biggest things that you took away from previous coaches that you worked with, whether it was Coach Winchie or in college or whatever it may be, that you feel like, okay, these are kind of some of my pillars or some of my things that I want my program to be about?
I think the biggest thing coming from Coach Winchie was, we're not in the business of tricking anybody. Our philosophy is unapologetically simple. Okay. And we're gonna hit, throw, field every day, and that's it.
The KISS theory: keep it simple, stupid.
Absolutely,
yeah, right.
And I think that's beautiful. And also being around that program for a long time is just, I think your genuineness. I guess that's a word.
Sure.
But
I'm not going to ask you to spell it,
right,
even though you are
right,
a spelling bee champ.
You won't get me.
Central. Yeah.
But just being genuine on who you are and with the players, the relationships mean more when it comes to coaching. So.
Yeah, you're in the people business.
Absolutely.
You're in the sports business.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff, but it ultimately comes down to people and relationships with kids and your fellow coaches and all those things. Talk about your staff a little bit, because they're, obviously Coach Winchie is no longer, in that spot, and then Coach Taylor, who'd been around for many, many years, but Coach McMacken, Spencer's over there, AJ's still over there. But just kind of talk to me about kind of what you've surrounded yourself with.
Absolutely, and that was, one of my concerns coming into it was, this program hasn't had a ton of turnover, and we were able to get really good baseball guys in those spots. And Coach Perez, being the varsity assistant, he's going to continue coaching outfielders. And we have Spencer Henderson, who's going to be the head JV coach, but he's been working with infielders. He's been a great add. Coach McMacken, coming from the college game, some kind of the private sector. He's brought a lot to us on the pitching side. Really kind of elevated our game there. And then we have Michael Maldonado, who's been a head coach at Post. He brings kind of the wisdom and the experience to some younger guys. So it's been really good so far. They're working their tail off, and we're having a bunch of fun. So
that's awesome. I mean, that's what it's about, because those are guys you're going to go to war with.
Absolutely.
And spend a lot of time with. You're a fun guy to be around, but I've also seen you when you are very I don't know if the right word is passionate, or you can get revved up.
I can be intense at times.
Absolutely. Yes, how would you describe yourself? Like somewhere in between, or like, how would you describe yourself?
Well, some other people have described me as black and white.
So you opposite ends of the spectrum,
right.
but I'm saying to Chris Baker right now, you tell me how you think you are, just from a personality standpoint, day in and day out.
Unique. I think I think I can be intense, but I can also,
fiery at times.
Right. Be relaxed, and as a coach, I don't. I want my players to have fun playing.
Okay.
I think you play better when you have fun, and we kind of stand by that. So
okay. Yeah.
Pretty loose out there.
Okay.
Pretty loose.
Okay. So this is a team last year. I mean, everybody remember the name of Timothy Haynes. Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Player, one of the best players in the city of Lubbock, and really that had come through this program. So that's the bad news. The good news was he was really one of very few seniors that the team had. You had a loaded junior class last year, meaning it's a big senior class this year. That has to be a fun year to kind of take over this thing with a lot of senior leadership.
Oh, absolutely. And, I mean, they've done a great job this offseason, just the way they're going about their day-to-day, the way they're going about practice and in the weight rooms, everything like that. It's been good. You hope you benefit from having experience, and I think up to this point it's been great.
Jake Qualia, Gus Cook, Julian Torres, Wyatt Self, Boston Roberts, Holden Hefner. I mean, I'm probably, we don't have time to mention everybody, but I mean that's a good nucleus to start with right there. Yeah, take me through your that core group though of those seniors specifically, on what you do actually bring back, because you've got a little bit of pitching and position and hitting and a little bit of everything there.
Well, I mean, we're still finding our way.
Okay.
Kind of our goal through these tournaments is we want to figure out who we are as a team and how we're going to win. Okay. That's kind of something we've done every year. We kind of adjust to our strengths and try to play ball to our best abilities. But we got some figuring out to do, especially kind of who we are as hitters. Everybody through the tournaments is looking for your start pitching and your back end guys that are going to seal it up. So.
Yeah, and as far as tournaments go, one thing that Cooper's done, they always play you're allowed 3 tournaments?
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah, and
3
so
tournaments.
It's always like DFW, it's always Round Rock, the Georgetown area, and then you always do one of them in Lubbock, and that's kind of what you're going to stick with, right?
Absolutely.
And it's the Round Rock Georgetown tournament is loaded. The Dallas-Fort Worth area tournament is typically loaded, and so you are playing teams that are, I mean, there's some future draft picks on some of these teams. You're playing bigger classifications, but you're not necessarily, I don't want to quote you, but you're not necessarily worried about the results as much as you are. Let's really test ourselves. Let's find some things and get a bunch of games in against really good competition.
Absolutely, and you said it. That's kind of the idea behind it. We're trying to schedule ourselves the best competition possible, and you really kind of see who some guys might look better in practice, and some guys, they play better under the lights, and so that's always cool to
Doesn't
see
that
as
drive?
a coach.
I know, but
So-
doesn't that drive a coach crazy?
it can. It
Yeah,
can.
he's a gamer, which
Yeah.
sometimes when you hear that, it means like, well, it must mean he's terrible in practice. Yeah, you want it good all the time, but I get what you're saying. Sometimes kids answer the bell when it really counts, and all that. Like, hey, it's in there. Do that more. I need to see that every day. Take me through your schedule though. So really, there wasn't a lot for you to try to have to mess with, in that. Okay, we're just going to these tournaments, and there's a few non-district games. But you've got 16 district games? Am I doing
Yes,
the
sir.
math right? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
eight against
Yep.
each team.
Absolutely.
So there wasn't a whole lot for you to try to figure out with your schedule, yes?
No, just we picked up one game. So,
Okay. And who else? Or who are the non-district games that? I know your scrimmage and friendship, which was coming up here pretty quick, but
just Permian.
Okay, okay. And that's pretty much it. Tournaments, district schedule, a little non-district action, some scrimmages, the end.
That's it.
Yeah, see you in June. That'll do it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Okay. As far as other things you tried, did you do anything different with the uniforms? Put a little spin on.
No.
No? Okay.
If you know me, I'm not big on fashion. I'm very basic.
I never would have guessed. You're not big on that. No,
right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, we didn't do a ton on the uniforms. I think we kind of try to stick to tradition
Okay.
and kind of try to,
Yeah.
we're going to keep it LCP.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You teach world history.
I do.
How did you get into that? Of all the subjects, world history. You just you like history?
I love history.
Okay.
History degree. So
Okay. So this is what. Okay.
yeah, I really do. I have my areas that I'm kind of more into, but I like world history.
What are we like in this range of the semester right now? Kind of somewhat the beginning of the fall semester. What are we into now on historical events?
Kind of the Renaissance era.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I like
where
the
we're
way, Renaissance era. I like the way you had a little panache there with your. I don't know how to spell that either, but I know it's a word. Okay, so Renaissance era. What other areas are you? Which ones are you like? Do you particularly like teaching as it relates to world history?
ooh, I like the first part, the very first part where we're talking about like the Neolithic Revolution and how
Maybe,
kind
like
of
way back is what you mean.
way back.
First part.
That's pretty interesting to
Yeah,
me.
okay.
When you can kind of line some of it up with the Bible, and it's pretty interesting.
Okay. Any movies that historical like that you are into because of just your infatuation with history?
Not a big movie guy. Let's
Okay.
see here.
So no viewing that you're not no. TV,
I kind of got
no
into
movies?
history through
Okay.
John Wayne movies, probably.
See, well there you go.
So,
okay.
That was kind of my
Although John Wayne
my
did
start.
a million,
Not really
he did-
world
He
history,
did a
but-
ton of movies.
yeah,
Yeah, and his movies were more like shoot 'em up.
right.
Not a lot of real.
Yeah, I started kind of loving Texas history, so
Okay, there you go.
So,
Santa Ana.
John
and-
Wayne kind of got. me
I
into
got
that,
you.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
the Alamo, that whole deal. Okay,
So-
very, very good, very good. Okay, player or team that you grew up watching. Like what was your when you growing up as a kid and as a young Chris Baker, and I'm like, I like baseball. Who did I watch? Who did I emulate?
Well, in San Angelo, they had a independent league team.
You're gonna
The
give me
San
some
Angelo
no-name-
Colts.
Okay.
I doubt you know anybody off that roster, but that was a
Probably
lot
not.
of fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Probably not.
But the Rangers, that's my team. So
Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay, well
The
there was some
Rangers.
Podico there. Yeah, me too.
I like Michael Young.
Oh yeah,
uh,
that's a good one.
Yep.
Yep. Infielder, great chemistry guy, culture guy, did it the right way, very well respected in the clubhouse, the whole deal.
Absolutely.
Is that the time frame that you were really into it? Because that's been,
Oh yeah, that's a while back.
yeah, I mean, that's what, I'm going to guess here. I'm probably wrong 'cause the older I get, it all kind of blends together. I'm going to say that's like, was that 15 to 20 years ago? Maybe
Yeah.
not, or maybe
Yeah,
not quite.
maybe not
maybe not quite that
Maybe
long
not
ago.
quite. Yeah, 15 actually.
Okay.
Yeah. you're
Okay.
probably right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up watching, Pete Incaviglia and Julio Franco and Rafael Palmeiro and Juan Gonzalez, Ruben Sierra, and then you go Larry Parrish. I mean, on and on. And then, then they got really good there, the tail end, and that was 2 ballparks ago. I mean, now they're. I mean, that'll tell you how long and how old we're getting. Okay, so your team, the Rangers, Michael Young. I like those answers. Okay. If I asked you, if somebody random walked up to you and was finding out that you're a baseball coach, and they were like, "Hey, coach, what's the identity of your team, or what do you want the identity of your team to be?" And you've already kind of talked about we want to do the simple things really, really well. But I mean, and maybe that's it. But I mean, what when I see from afar, I want the identity of my team to be what?
We want to play with elite effort.
Okay.
Okay. Be disciplined, exercise self control.
Okay.
And then we want to have more fun than the other team.
Okay.
So those three things are the things that I hope our players can say back to you, or you'll see out there on the field. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was around a football coach many years ago that used to say, the secret is being the most excited team to play every time you're out there, and there's something to that. Yeah.
There definitely is.
Yeah, because there's a grind component to this deal, and doing the same thing over and over again, and you can just tell sometimes some teams show up with more juice than the other guy, and when talent meets that. And the preparation. Now you married a Lubbock Cooper girl at McMurray, yes?
I did.
Tell me, okay. And we just had a new addition to our family this past summer, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take me through the family life.
Oh, it's going good. We were dating in college, and I kept hearing about, my track coach, Coach Cat, Coach Pesterfield, and how great everybody was at Lubbock Cooper. And so I think that actually kind of led me here in some ways. But no, we just had our son. He's a 6-month-old.
Okay.
Named Michael.
Yeah.
Named Michael.
Okay. Is that after Michael Young?
Maybe. I cannot confirm or deny.
Okay. I like
it's
it.
Michael in the Bible, but
okay, I got you. Okay. Well, that was that's good synergy though.
Yeah.
If anything. Yeah. But she played volleyball.
She did. She played volleyball. She was.
McMurray?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
She was a good volleyball player.
Okay.
There. It was.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny how life works though, because you were San Angelo Central, went to college in Abilene, there at McMurray, and then Lubbock Cooper girl down there, and then you end up here, and it's kind of all full circle. Yes, and you wouldn't change it.
I would not change it, not one bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. What's do we watch any kind of those kid shows with our 6-month-old? Do we sit in front of the TV or we're just
man.
I've aged out of that, thankfully, but I mean, there's got to be some sort of cartoon.
I don't know if we're probably just entering like
the phase
of him watching, like, now we're gonna start him young on some baseball and maybe a couple hunting videos in there too.
Yeah, because you're a big hunter.
I am.
Outdoors guy. Okay,
Love it.
So I ask you about movies and all that, and you're like, I don't really watch a ton of movies because you're out hunting. Yeah.
Yeah.
What all do we hunt?
And everything. Big bow hunter. Big bow. I love white-tailed deer. That's kind of what I grew up doing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your prized kill, if you will?
Oh man. Well, I shot a mule deer a couple of years ago, kind of outside of Olton. That was
12 point, 14 point. I mean,
he had like a bunch of little points, but
okay.
Hey,
that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
No, that was a lot of fun. I just like going out there. I think it's just time that we spend as a family, and I'm sure it's kept me out of a ton of trouble in the meantime. So yeah.
You must know yourself well then. If you think it kept you out of trouble, then it probably did.
Yeah,
it probably
absolutely.
did. Yeah. Okay. So what did by the way, what did you get? What did Dad get Michael for Christmas?
Oh man.
Yeah. What did? Because this is we're in the tail end of January, early February range. But did you get the son anything good for Christmas?
Man, we got him a bunch of toys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that you enjoyed?
Oh yeah, he got some cowboy boots. He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he was wearing some like UGG-like shoes at church, and I was like, hey, we gotta.
Yeah, we got to up our game.
Yeah, we got.
I like it. Good for you. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
What color cowboy was? Brown, black?
Brown and black.
Okay, both of them. Okay, very good.
Yep.
Okay, some baseball questions for you.
Okay.
Is it ever okay for a baseball player to wear their hat backwards?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Take me through it.
I can't even start. I mean, that just no, you can't.
So that's just a hard and fast rule. Are we
You will not step out on our field with your hat backwards.
Are we disrespecting the game or the hat or all the above?
I mean, your family, your, everything. So
I like it. I like it. Okay, then that may be like that's not going to be written on any rule book or anything, but that's kind of an unwritten rule. But a lot of baseball players are like, it's sacrilegious to turn the hat around backwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the Washington Commanders games? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Their head coach Dan Quinn.
Oh yeah, that's different. Like,
is it?
I think it's different.
Because he's a football coach. Or
Football,
'cause
like,
it's
got
not
a
baseball
headset.
hat? Okay.
I mean,
Okay, so you're just not anti-hat backwards. It's just as it relates to baseball and all that. Okay.
yeah, no.
Okay.
Wear your hat backwards, but step between
Like
those
if
lines.
you're at the swimming pool on a Sunday or something, you can kind of rock the hat backwards.
Yeah,
or...
do your thing. I won't do it, but you do it.
okay, I got you.
Just playing.
But baseball wise, absolutely
No,
not. Okay.
no.
Not even as a hey, everybody turn your hat back, or it's rally cap. Not even that.
Maybe rally cap.
Exception. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Okay.
him into it. Okay, so while the hat backwards is kind of an unwritten rule, is there an unwritten rule in baseball that you follow without fail? Like whether it's game management or the way that you warm up, or I don't know. There's all these unwritten rules. Like don't ever steal on somebody up this, or hey, don't step on the chalk, or I don't know. I mean, there's a million of them, but is there one of them that you're like, okay, I follow that to a T?
Yeah, I mean, I think, stepping on the line, that's kind of the one that everybody does, and your hat being put on, right? But I like it. I'll never pick up somebody's glove and like put my hand in their glove. Like,
Okay.
I won't do that. That's your glove, Then when you get it back, it's gonna feel different. Like I
got a relationship with that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. You just gotta
It's
respect.
like messing with
Respect
a
the
man's
man's space,
Messing
Can't
with
do
a
it.
man's woman. What is the hardest position to play in baseball? In your opinion?
Oh,
Most
I'm
challenging.
gonna get in trouble for this one.
No, I mean, but just a big picture, and you played a bunch of them. I'm saying, but every one has its own challenges. What's the most difficult one to play?
I think catcher is pretty unique, just because I'm not saying it takes the most athleticism, but you get the ball a lot, so you have a lot of chances to. It's like a good catcher goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
In a little bit, like
You get beat up.
Right.
You got your knees go bad at some point.
Yeah. If you were to say like shortstop, I would get that too. I mean, I
Okay.
think
there's a lot of responsibility there. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously pitching is hard and all that stuff. Is there an analytics like stat or something that the numbers would tell you that you feel like, okay, this stat or this analytics data I hold to be to tell I follow this one. I mean, is there one thing that sticks out to you that kind of helps tell the story, or like you base things off of? You're like, okay, we played good, we didn't play good, we need to do this better.
I think, I'm really not a big analytics guy. Like maybe like Coach McMacken is. We use Rapsodo, and we track data on that, stuff like that. But I'm not looking in there looking at.
It's called what?
Rapsodo.
Okay.
So I'm not in there looking at spin rate and all that kind of stuff. But like we kind of like preach to them 65% strikes. If you're a pitcher and you're throwing 65% strikes, you're giving yourself a good chance to be successful.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
If there's any one stat, it'd probably be that.
Okay. Like when you look at somebody's stats, because people like batting average used to be the thing, right? Now it's
Right.
not. Now it's just,
Right.
it's not. It's like it's either on base percentage or slugging percentage or OPS or like what tells you, what tells you okay, this outweighs anything else. Anything?
I think batting average is good, but I also want to go look at your on base percentage.
So you're gonna say you look.
Yeah,
at
I look at like walks to strikeout too. Like
Okay.
if you're to me like a really good hitter gets walked a lot more than he strikes out,
Okay.
and then
You would hope,
but
yeah.
you're also you have a good average.
You're not going up there looking to walk. Yeah, you got
Right.
Yeah, I got
Right.
you. I got you. Okay, if you weren't teaching and coaching high school baseball, you'd be doing what?
Oh man, I like keeping up with the economy. I'm into that. Yeah, I like
Like
investing.
an
Not that I have a lot of
economist?
money, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Like a financial advisor or
Maybe,
something?
maybe.
Even though you're teaching world history.
Even though I'm teaching world history.
Did you like minor in finance or
No.
you don't know anything
Nope.
about it? Just
No.
like wing it. Save your money, right?
Really,
That's what you're-
really going out on a limb there, Chris. So sorry, man.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't even know where you apply to be an economist. I don't know. I used to be on CNN or something talking with some graph over your shoulder, and I don't know. That's the only economist that I would know of, and they're telling you doom or telling you, oh, everything's
I
great.
heard they can be wrong.
It's like the weather,
Right.
There's no
Right.
doubt. There's no doubt. Okay, what are the? You mentioned discipline and playing with effort and having fun and all that, but are there some other, like when you visited with your team for maybe one of the first times, or when whether this has already been done, do you have a list of non-negotiables? Like certain coaches, it may have nothing to do with baseball, actually, like, be punctuality or like you're not going to talk back. I don't know, whatever it is. Do you have any non-negotiables with your program that you
When we talk about that elite effort,
Okay.
and that's one of them.
just play hard?
Right.
Okay.
Exercise self control, which goes back to discipline.
Don't get mad at the umpire.
Right, and I think that's one of the
Or
cool things
yourself.
that baseball can teach you. Really, from the first day, though, this really pertains, but I told them, you guys aren't district champions.
This
You
absolutely
guys haven't
pertains.
made the
I love it.
playoffs. Not as a knock on them. I think they're great ball players, but one thing I do say a lot is, there's two types of people in baseball. Those are people that are humble and people who are about to be. And so we try to stay humble. That way we don't have to be humbled. So that's kind
I
of
like
something
that.
I stay on.
And that's athletics in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very few people or teams, or regardless of the level, don't get humbled at some point. Yeah, and it's right around the corner. And if you tempt it, yeah, just keep tempting it because it's peeking around the corner. Yeah, because baseball's a failure sport. I mean, it's just hard. I mean, you go to the Hall of Fame batting 300, and that's 7 out of 10 times you're walking to the dugout. Okay, a few more. If you could own, and maybe you've already kind of given away your answer here, but if you could own any pro sports franchise,
Oh,
and money was not an object, you would be the owner of.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you own the
Yeah.
Rangers.
Now it's indoors too. So
Yeah, that's right.
Way better.
They got a roof over that bad boy. If you are, this kind of ties in with the question about toughest position to play and all that stuff. But I'm going to phrase it a little bit different. If you were starting from scratch, and you have the first pick in a draft, and you have no team, and you're told to build one, you're picking what to start your team with?
man,
So it's like, hey, man, the Rangers are an expansion team.
Right.
We're giving, hey, owner Baker, we're giving you the first pick in the draft. You
yeah, I'm going after pitching.
take an
Yeah,
ace.
take an ace.
Okay.
Take an ace.
Because that usually tells the story.
Right.
However, they only pitch, every 3 or 4 days or every 5 or whatever it is. Better baseball movie. I know you
Ooh, I
don't
like
watch
this.
movies, but surely you've seen these. If you haven't, I'm going to be drawn off sides.
Okay.
Bull Durham, Major League, or Field of Dreams?
Bull Durham.
Okay. Is that an easy answer for you?
Oh, it's
It's a-
classic.
It's a
classic.
solid movie.
Yeah,
It's a
classic.
solid movie, and it stood the test of time. great bits, all that good stuff. Well, see, this wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
You did good. Yeah, you did good. You did good. You did good. But it was a pleasure for us to. So, any parting words? I know you're excited. You're going to start scrimmages, and the season is about to start rolling. Hopefully, the weather will cooperate.
Absolutely.
It can be a bit dicey. We don't have an indoor stadium over at Cooper High School just yet. Working on it. Working on it. But yeah, we've got to deal with some elements out here in West Texas on occasion. A little wind, a little cold, make you tougher, right?
It sure does. Makes you colder too.
Yeah, at times it does. Okay. Well, good luck to you. You know what I think of you, and you got a great team this year, and hopefully, I guess the goal would be to try to get them to be the best version of themselves. You know, at the end of we were joking about June, but that would be the goal. And I know it won't be easy, but that's what you're aiming for. So, I appreciate the time, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, there we
really
go.
Appreciate it.
There he is, Chris Baker, first-year head coach. He's been a pitching coach for Coach Winchie for several years, and just great dude. So that'll be another edition of Pirate Talk. So go catch these guys out there at Pirate Stadium at some point over there at the park. Weather is going to start warming up here pretty soon, and baseball will get going before we know it. But that'll do it for another edition of Pirate Talk. For Colton Coons, for Chris Baker, this is Chris Level. We'll talk to you next time.